Hello everyone, welcome to Think Then Code. Today we'll be solving the problem check if point is reachable. So what the problem says is we are currently at point 1 comma 1 and we have to reach a point target x comma target y. How we can reach the point? With these steps. So if we are at point x comma y, we can perform one of these four steps, that is x comma y minus x minus y comma y, 2x comma y and x comma 2y to reach target x. And what we have to return is we have to return either true or false whether we can reach target x comma target y or not. And the constraints of the problem are 10 to the power 9, so we cannot do something like a big O of n approach. Either we have to come with logarithmic of n or root of n. So basically we have these four steps. So let's understand the intuition or observation behind this. What are we asked in the question is whether we will be able to reach tx comma ty or not. We are not asked how many steps or anything like that. It just asked that whether we will be able to reach tx comma ty or not. So if we are not concerned with the number of steps, we can generalize these two steps as one step. How? So let's assume I am performing n times this operation. So I can write this as 2 to the power n x comma y. So what I am doing is I am performing this operation n times. So I can definitely write this as 2 to the power n x comma y. And if at the same way I want to generalize this, I can generalize this as, let's say I am using this operation as m times. So this can be written as x comma 2 to the power m y. I have written this particularly only because we are only concerned it with whether we are able to reach or not. The number of steps are not our concern. So this can be written as this. And if we think more about it, these two steps can be coupled together and can be written as 2 to the power n x comma 2 to the power m y. So how we reached here? We perform this operation n times and we perform this operation m times and we reach this. So let's just erase this and replace these two operations with this operation. So now we have three operations. So according to the question, we are at point 1 comma 1. We are at point 1 comma 1. So if we consider these steps and perform this step continuously from 1 comma 1, what are the points which we can reach? We can reach 1 comma 128, that is 120, it is a power of 2. We can also reach 8 comma 64, 8 is a power of 2, 64 is also a power of 2. We can also reach 32 comma 1. So what we can from 1 comma 1, we can reach 2 to the power something comma 2 to the power something. So basically at x comma y, both x and y will be some power of 2. So if both x and y are some power of 2, both x and y will be divisible by some power of 2, right? So both x and y will be divisible by some power of 2, which means GCD, that is greatest common divisor, of x comma y will be some power of 2. Some power of 2. To be very specific, it will be minimum of 2 to the power n comma 2 to the power n, but we are not concerned with it right now. So GCD of x comma y, if we only perform this step, will be some power of 2, right? So if it is some power of 2, what about our other two operations? That is these two operations. So does the GCD remain same? Yes, it remains same. Let me show you how. We have this step x comma y minus x. Let's assume we perform this step. So what we know is GCD of x comma y is some power of 2. And if we perform this step, this x is already divisible by 2. And the rest we are having y minus x. So y minus x will also be divisible by some power of 2. How? Because y is divisible by some power of 2 and also x is also divisible by some power of 2. So whole y minus x will also be divisible by some power of 2, right? So if we consider even GCD of x comma y minus x, this will be same as GCD of x comma y, right? And in the same way we can also say that GCD of x minus y, that is our second step, x minus y comma y, this will also be same as GCD of x comma y. I hope you got this logic. And what was GCD of x comma y? GCD of x comma y was some power of 2. So from this observation we can say that we can reach some t to the power we can reach some tx comma ty, that is target x comma target y, only if GCD of target x comma target y is a power of 2. That's the basic observation behind this question. If you got the intuition and observation behind this, please like and subscribe. Now let's look at the code. This is the accepted code. The code is very simple. We are having this x comma y, that is target x target y. We are getting its GCD by a built-in function of GCD, and we are just checking whether GCD is a power of 2 or not. If you don't understand this, let me explain how this is worked. This statement, there is a power of 2. If we see bitwise representation, it will be something like this. That is, it will only have one bit as set, right? And if we subtract this number by 1, what we will have is this. This 1 will become 0 and every other bit will be set. You can also check this, that is 8 can be written as 0 0 0 1 0 0, and if I do 8 minus 1, that is 7, this will be written as this. So yeah, and if we AND them, if we AND this will give us what? This will give us 0. So that's what I have done here. I got the GCD and I check whether GCD is a power of 2 or not. So it will equate to 0 and return true. If this doesn't equate to 0, it will return false. So that's all from my side. Hope to see you in the next video.